So I almost passed out, but it was worth it. I wasn't questioning my decision. I was sure about my decision. But hello, hello. So I have gotten quite a few questions about this, my tattoo. So if this is the first time seeing me, I have a tattoo here. It says choice. I've gotten a few questions about what my tattoo is, what does it mean, how did you get it, etc. So, in today's video, I want to tell you my tattoo story. So, I did not want a tattoo for a very long time. For years and years and years, I did not want a tattoo. I knew that I am the kind of person who would change my mind. And I know that tattoos are forever. And I couldn't really think of something that I wanted to have on my body forever. So I didn't want a tattoo for a very long time. But then my idea, my opinion about tattoos started to change when I met my husband. My husband has quite a few tattoos and big tattoos as well, not a bunch of small ones. And I went with him one day to a tattoo shop and he was getting a new tattoo. And I was able to watch this process and I talked to the tattoo artist and I started to think maybe there is something that I would feel okay about putting on my body forever. But I knew that I needed to test the strength of this idea. So I put it in my mind and I waited. I waited and waited and waited years. And then one day I had an experience, and I won't go into details about it, but I had an experience. I had a problem with one of my friends who is not a friend anymore. And it reminded me this is what I want. I do want this. So, why choice? Why this word? It's a single word, choice. This is a reminder to me. That's why the word is oriented to me. Normally, things like this would be turned around so that the viewer can read it properly. But this is oriented so that I can read it. It's not upside down to me. And I made this choice deliberately on purpose. This is a reminder to myself of who I want to be. It is aspirational, meaning it's something that I want to aspire to, something I want to become. It's a reminder that I cannot control the things that happen to me. I cannot control what other people think. I cannot control what other people do. I cannot control what other people do or say to me. What I can control is how I respond. And this is a very important thing to me. You can call it a personal philosophy. This is something that is very relevant to my life. I have had a lot of experiences over my lifetime of things happening to me, of people treating me horribly. And I always felt like I didn't have a choice in that situation. But the reality is, I always have a choice of how I respond. There's actually a quote by Viktor Frankl. He wrote a very famous book called Man's Search for Meaning. It's about his experiences in the concentration camps during World War II. And he said, everything can be taken from a man, but one thing, the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances, to choose one's own way. Now, I did not know about this quote when I made this decision. I just knew that I wanted to always remember that I have a choice in how I respond. Always. It is not something that can be taken away from me. So when I made this decision, I made it pretty quickly. This thing happened to me with my friend, and I was so disappointed in myself because, once again, I had forgotten that I have a choice. So I thought, I'm getting this tattoo. I can no longer forget. I want to always remember. So I decided I'm getting this tattoo. And very quickly after that, I went to the tattoo shop and got this tattoo, my very first and so far only tattoo. I went to the same tattoo shop where my husband got a lot of his tattoos. So it was familiar, but I was so nervous. Oh my gosh. I was pacing. I was going back and forth, walking around. I was so nervous. I wasn't questioning my decision. I was sure about my decision. But I didn't know what to expect. It was my first tattoo. So I was very nervous about the unknown. And you know, it didn't hurt so bad. It hurt, but honestly, it felt exactly like needles dragging across my skin, which is exactly what it was. That's what a tattoo is. Needles dragging across your skin. So yeah, it hurt, but not too much. Part of that is the location. This is not a sensitive location on the body. But there's a disconnect sometimes between your body and your mind. Mentally, I was fine. When the tattoo started, I thought, oh, okay, this is not so bad. But mm, my body was not convinced that we were okay. My body did not like it. I started to feel very faint, and I knew that I was close to passing out. So halfway through this tattoo, I told the tattoo artist, wait a second, I feel faint. The tattoo artist was amazing. He helped me calm down and, helped me feel better. And I took a break for maybe 10 minutes and then we finished the tattoo and it was no problem. So I almost passed out, but it was worth it. So I actually have plans for another tattoo that is very important to who I want to be. But this tattoo, it will always remind me of my power, my responsibility, my choice.
Are you leaving? Tell me what to do. I just say playing these games. Floating in the water. it down.